I heard my father tell a doctor to stop saving my life. And the terrifying part wasn't that I was dying. It was that he sounded relieved, not panicked, not broken, not afraid. Relieved. Like something he had been waiting on for years was finally about to end. My name is Paige Sutton, and even through the fog of the accident, that relief in his voice cut through everything else. Beep, beep, beep. Machines screaming around me like I was still worth saving. But his voice didn't match that. I wasn't fully awake, not really, just fragments. Light, darkness, light again, antiseptic burning my lungs, my body somewhere I couldn't fully reach. Then I saw my wrist, a plastic band, wrong color, too tight, too intentional, like it didn't belong to me at all. A nurse stood over me staring at it, not confused, alarmed, like she had just found something that shouldn't exist in the system. Her hand stopped before touching it. That hesitation told me everything. Trained people don't hesitate unless something is wrong. She looked toward the hallway before speaking, not at me, past me, like the room itself might be monitored. "Don't move," she said. Her voice wasn't soft. It was controlled, careful, like even speaking near me had consequences. I watched her pull out scissors. Metal clicked once, too loud. Then she cut the band off my wrist, not like medical waste, like evidence. She folded it, slid it into her pocket, fast, too practiced. "What is that?" I whispered. My throat felt torn open. She didn't answer immediately. She checked the hallway again. Then finally, "You're awake when you're not supposed to be." That sentence didn't land at first, but it stayed. An hour later, the doctor came in, tired eyes, careful voice, the kind of calm that comes from repeating bad outcomes too many times. "Internal bleeding," he said. "Emergency surgery. 3 days unconscious." Simple words, too simple for what almost ended me. I nodded slowly. None of it felt real yet. Then he paused, just long enough for the room to change temperature. "A family member refused authorization for your surgery." My eyes stayed on the ceiling crack above me, long, uneven, like a fault line splitting the world in half. "Who?" I asked. No one answered immediately. The nurse crossed her arms, not defensive, angry. The doctor finally said it. "Your father." That should have shattered something inside me, but instead, everything slowed, like my brain refused to process the shape of the sentence. Then came the second blow. "He also requested a do-not-resuscitate order." The room stopped feeling like a room. It felt distant, like I was watching my own life from somewhere above it. Then the nurse spoke. "He said, 'Let her go. We won't pay for the surgery.'" 9 words. That's what they became. 9 words that never got smaller. I didn't cry. I didn't react. And that scared me more. Because somewhere deep down, I wasn't surprised. Just confirmed. Like my body already knew something my mind had been refusing to name. My mother calling me the expensive one at dinners. My father asking if college was really necessary. Help always delayed when it was for me. Help immediate when it was for my brother. I used to call it stress, timing, money pressure. Now I understood the truth was simpler. It was pattern recognition. That night, the nurse came back, Marisol. She sat beside me like she had already decided rules didn't apply anymore. "He said he was your decision maker," she said. "He wasn't," I whispered. "I know," she replied. A pause, then quieter. "That's the problem." My stomach tightened. What happened? "Ethics review, emergency escalation, fast." Her eyes stayed on mine. "And people who refuse to accept a verbal lie over a life." That sentence changed everything, because it meant I didn't survive because my family cared. I survived because strangers argued over paperwork. I laughed once, small, broken. It hurt. Paperwork had saved my life. Not love, not family. Paperwork. 3 days later, my father arrived, with flowers. Too many flowers, like volume could replace truth. "There she is," he said, too fast. My mother followed, arranging relief on her face like a mask. If I hadn't known what he said in that room, I might have believed them. That thought made my chest tighten, because part of me still almost did. My father pulled a chair closer, set a clipboard on my blanket. "Just paperwork," he said casually. "Insurance, hospital handling." He already had a pen ready, like my survival required signature approval. I looked down. Authorization, financial control, legal access. Everything I didn't give someone who had just tried to decide if I should live. "I'll go through it later," I said. Something flickered in his face, gone instantly, but I saw it, a crack. He smiled again. "Of course." But the air changed, cold, subtle. For the first time in my life, my father wasn't fully in control anymore, and that terrified him more than my survival ever could. After that, I started seeing it. He wasn't grieving, he was managing. Me, paper, time, outcomes. I wasn't a daughter anymore. I was a variable. When I left the hospital, I didn't go home with them. I went to my condo, and silence stopped feeling safe. It started feeling like clarity, so I checked everything: emails, permits, project files, and then I saw it, my name. Still engineer of record, still active, still sealed under my PE license, while I was unconscious, while I was being operated on. Then I called the county clerk. Her voice was casual. "Brookline Commons just closed review," she said. My stomach dropped. Then she added, "Your stamp is on all final submissions." I froze. "I didn't approve anything," I said quietly. Pause. Then, "That's odd. It's under your PE seal." After I hung up, everything in my apartment looked wrong. Normal, but wrong. A spoon in a bowl, a muted TV, a quiet room that suddenly felt staged because someone had used my identity while I was asleep. And that's when it hit me. My father didn't just want control. He needed me silent. Not gone, silent. A week later, my brother came. He wouldn't look at me. That was new. "Things are tight," he said quickly. "The bank is watching Brookline." Then faster, "Dad put everything into it." Everything. That word didn't feel emotional. It felt structural, like something already holding too much weight. After he left, I sat in silence. But this time, I wasn't asking what they did. I was asking something worse. How long had this been building without me awake to see it? Because now I understood the truth no one said out loud. I wasn't just waking up from an accident. I was waking up inside something they had already finished building around me, and I still didn't know how far it went before I opened my eyes.